Shout out to those shitty ass attitudes on the underground.
Y'all need to be admitted to detoxification.
Exiting the realms of unawareness, I fear this world may be coming to an end soon. Sit within the monsoon, to witness a new moon arise. In the event of my demise, I must stay in my position and follow my intuitions to embark toward the vision of the horizon for my mind's elevation. Experience the devastation of a new generation, demolishing pity on the outskirts, but what's it all worth? When your heart is cluttered and your mind is flooded by the schemes of animosity, deceived by the formations of this democracy. Well, possibly it's all a plan. I search the land for consciousness, laced within some type of mixture. To see the overall picture is a task too hard for some to follow. For others, the truth is even harder to swallow. As characters sit hollow, some of the fictions and illusions, causing confusion on what's relevant. Indelible emotions led me to realize I too have something to say. So I rise for San Jose. For San Jose, I rise.
Transformation, realization, look at what you're facing, welcome to detox. Transformation, realization, look at what you're facing, welcome to detox. Transformation, realization, look at what you're facing, welcome to detox. Transformation, realization, look at what you're facing, welcome to detox.
Right here.
You like it in juice, eh?
Yeah, I do.
Juice is very good, eh?
Yeah, no, it is. It is good stuff.
More juice!
What?
More juice for the gyro.
I like the juice. Juice is good. Very good.
So good.
Hi guys, I'm so excited. I've got a very brand new friend here with me who is just as much as a fasting fanatic as I am. In addition to Derek being a fasting fanatic, we are both from California. We both went to San Diego State University. We both talk about truth. We're both editors. And now we're going to talk today about the benefits of fasting and how much we love to fast. Now, this is only show one. Derek and I are going to be going for 21 days, and we're going to come in every 5 days. And we're also going to invite you guys to join us. So if there's anyone in the audience that wants to fast, you can pick up at day 6, which is today, or you can pick up on day 10. We've got a couple of other people going to join us. But for now, I am going to say hello, Derek, and welcome to the Fasting Fanatic Day 6. How are you feeling today?
Well, bonjour, Sheena, and thank you so much. I'm feeling pretty fantastic. Yeah, that's quite something that I'd love to fall back on. This is kind of like almost like a safety net when I feel like I'm kind of accumulating too much toxins in the body, or like, I've overindulged over this much period of time, or, you get back from vacation or holidays and stuff, like, all right, we're going to do this and kind of clear out the system a little bit. So yeah, I love sometimes just the feeling of having your body light and not having it, whatever, being weighed down by food and all that stuff, but also just not expending energy on digesting food, because that actually does take up quite a bit of energy. I'm sure you notice that once you get back on food stuffs and all that, and you feel that intake and you're like, oh wow, I gotta that ingestion, I'm not used to this all of a sudden. And like, but yeah, your body get used to it, but and then you just kind of forget about it, whatever. But at the same time, not, and there's all these, everyone knows, like, oh, take a siesta after a big meal at lunchtime or whatever, right? So yeah,
I know. And it's amazing how the habit of eating sort of leaves you after day 3, 4. It's so nice to not be in the kitchen and like pick at a food or even think about eating. And
not spending money on it either. Huh?
Nope. No. And Derek, we're going to dive into all the times that you fasted, and we've both done a 33-day fast. Maybe we can talk a little bit about that today.
For sure, yeah.
But it's getting easier for me to get into the zone.
Fuck yeah.
But I have to say, it was hard. Let me rephrase that. it's easier to get in the zone once you've started. But starting is always very difficult, which is why I was so happy when I posted something about fasting, and sometimes I fast with water, sometimes I fast with juice, sometimes I fast with air biscuits, and you commented on that, and that was what inspired me to start this again. I have wanted to fast for a few months now, and it took you to convince me that this is going to be a good episode of fasting. And at first it was going to be 10 days, but I'm just so motivated to do an extended fast. So I'm so happy we're doing 21 days.
Yeah. I was down to do 10, 14, whatever. You should just kind of go with the flow. And yeah, you're obviously at this level of pro of doing this. I won't get into the details because I know we're going to rewind some things, but just so people understand, like I've fasted over between like 100 and 200 days out of my life. I forget, it's probably up towards like 200, but I forget. It's at least like once a year. I got to like twice, thrice a year sometimes. Just like I was getting like addicted to the feeling of just having like ridiculous high energy, and like I can almost be an insomniac doing this. My sleep pattern kind of flips. I could be a night owl and an early bird and all this stuff. And like I did this for last time I did them. I usually do the Master Lemon Cleanse. For those that don't know, there's also a book by Stanley Burroughs. He's the one that kind of coined the term, if you will. I'm sure it's been around longer than that, and maybe with different ingredients. There's so many different ways we can detox, right? But we're sticking with what I did. And yeah, just like 2 months ago, I did like 2 weeks. It was just like 10 days. I had a bottle of maple syrup, grade B, or that dark robust, if you will. Now they changed the label. All right, I'm going to go fast until this bottle's empty. And then make it fun,
Yeah. Sometimes I fast for 5 days. Sometimes I fast for 10 days. This time is a solid food vacation, though. Normally I'm just doing water and tea and a little bit of coffee, which I know is not good. But the Master Cleanse diet I used to do so many times throughout the year, but I kind of got sickly from the maple syrup, and I thought, you know what, I don't need this anymore. And the minute that I let that go, I guess the easier it became with just liquid. And that's what I'm doing now. I was sick when we started, so I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do just a water fast. So I am doing juice. I'm doing watermelon juice. And it's not a lot of watermelon juice throughout the day. Say it again.
You like the juice, huh?
Yes. I haven't juiced in a long time. I came to the farm. They have a juicer. And I'm like, let's just do this as a solid food vacation. I'm still feeling fantastic. I'm still getting the benefits of a normal water fast. One of the things I want to ask you, how do you do the saltwater cleanse? How are you on that?
I delayed a little bit more just because, I've been cheating a little bit, having some coffee, and actually, I totally get you with that feeling of like so much, sweetness, the maple syrup. Sometimes I really like, but like this time around, I'm in a couple times in the past, I kind of just like, what, I'm not being super ultra strict. Like if it fucks me up or whatever, if I feel, unequal, imbalanced, whatever, diséquilibré. Putain, mal équilibre, quoi, c'est le mot en français, désolé. Then I'll just go back to sticking with, what my body's good with and what I got it used to, right? It's all about cultivating what your body can tolerate and, but also challenging it a little bit, right? And I love doing this just because, the discipline factor. It's so cool to, take this up. And here we go. I forgot where I was going with it, but you asked a question.
We were talking about the saltwater flush.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, right. So I'm going to do that probably on Monday. But yeah, pretty much the first thing you do in the morning, the first thing you're going to consume is a liter of lukewarm water. So it can, dilute the 2 tablespoons of raw sea salt. Make sure it's not refined or whatever. They take the iodine out of that shit. I don't know why the hell they do that anyways, although people with iodine issues, supposedly, I don't know about that Codex Alimentarius, you know what I mean? But anyways. So yeah, you drink that, and it's so like the salt water in like the temperature of it is gonna bypass certain things in your digestive system, and this is gonna eventually or suddenly shoot right out of number 2, you know, and depending on how much plaque and stuff you have in your intestines and in arteries, or I don't know about arteries, but all this stuff, it's gonna show up in your stool. And especially like, let's say, you know, you've been doing fasting for 3, 4, 5 days, whatever, and you're not going to the bathroom anymore, not passing any bowels. That's cool. That's all fine and dandy. But, you know, with this Master Lemon Cleanse, what it also does is the acidity in the lemon juice, what it's doing, it's softening up all that stuff that's been built up around the inside of the intestines. You know, it's getting all loose, and then it's getting flushed out with the salt water flush. That's why they call it a flush as well. So that's what also helps clean out the colon. So that's kind of why I'm not worried about colonoscopies or this and that, even though I'm 40 years young as hell. But yeah, with the and it's going swell. Is there anything?
You know, I do the saltwater cleanse when I'm not doing fasting. Like if I ate I know it's kind of like catch-22, but if I have a big, huge meal, you know, at night and I'm feeling really gross the next morning, I would just do that because it's like guaranteed to, and then you feel so good. You know, you feel like, feel lighter. And,
oh, damn. I got to try that.
Because there is, you know, in our nutrition education, they don't talk about the importance of pooping. You know, they don't talk about the importance of excrement. And that's really the proper detoxing of your food. You know, a lot of people don't have bowel movements, or they don't have it very many times. And it's so important to get that out of your system so your body can then focus on the other things like healing and, you know, doing the bits that your body needs to do. But a lot of the time the food just sits in your stomach and stays there. So I like to do the saltwater cleanse every so often, even when I'm not fasting, just to give me a good clear out. And I also do coffee enemas as well. I'm constantly doing coffee enemas, and
I've never done one before. I've always thought it's a mystical experience, and I don't know how to do it. Like whatever, but yeah, I definitely want to. And you bring up some good points, and it's good for people to just, you know, break away and dissolve this taboo in this childish mentality. Oh, poo and this and that, and like, no, we should be studying our stool like a little bit, examine it a little bit, be like, all right, how am I digesting that, and you know, with what I ate and combined with what I drank and yada yada, right? So, yeah.
Derek, you know, it took me a whole year to start my coffee enema process because I got diagnosed with copper toxicity, and I went on this huge health kick. And one of the pieces was to do coffee enema. And, you know, I changed my diet. I implemented all the tips, but with the coffee enema, I'm like, don't want to do that. I wish I did it sooner. It's the best, you know, you get over the grossness, and it becomes very a staple of your diet and your life. And so if I can encourage you to fast track your coffee enema process, I think you'll find it's a very pleasurable process. I do it in the bath as well. So I just enjoy a saltwater bath, and you lay there for, you know, 20 minutes, 40 minutes. I used to do it a couple of times a day back in Australia when I was on my own. And so that's something else that people can do to get the toxins out of their system.
Bathing with what again? Sorry.
Bathing with salt water.
Oh, yeah. And interesting, because my girlfriend shared this with me just like a month or two ago of how like, and she's in like hypnotherapy. She does. She's a practitioner of hypnotherapy and acupuncture. It's so hard for me to remember that name. Anyway, I've done it before too, but yeah, she noticed that there's this guy that's kind of like prowling around, and the older creepy dude and this and that, and like she noticed negative energies and this and that in a nutshell. But like what she noticed, like she bathed herself or showered herself with some sea salt, and that got rid of that shit. So yeah, it's definitely healing, cleansing property.
Well, especially for us, Derek, because we're speaking out. We're both podcasters. We've got sort of negative energy coming into us. So I always like to do coffee enemas, saltwater cleanse, and saltwater baths. And I'm now on a parasite cleanse. So it's a 30-day parasite cleanse. I'm just getting really healthy because as you know, we're in the thick of it in terms of toxins and chemical warfare. And
cloud seeding, right?
Right.
That's what they're calling it.
Can we talk a little bit about that? I mean, what started? I mean, was it the chemical warfare that started on this detox process, or how did you start enjoying this fasting fanatic process that you do?
Well, yeah, it's a good question, and I definitely got to give props to my sister. She's the one that I first learned it from, and was a really cool, inspirational example of that. So I was like, yeah, shit, I'm gonna do this. This is cool, and like, yeah, lose a little weight or whatever, push the reset button on your immune system, if you will, and that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, after a while, notice, for whatever reason, like eczema showed up in my life when I was like 26 years old or something like that. And that shit was like driving me crazy, and it drove me into a bunch of alternative research, and that led down a lot of paths that coincided with a lot of interests that I had of, and I've always kind of been on the counterculture side of thing, like fuck the system and all that stuff through like the conscious hip hop that I used to listen to, or still listen to, and now I mix. But yeah, as far as upping the ante on really like making it an annual thing, and even like twice a year or whatever. Yeah, noticing the unbelievable amount of toxicity in the world. Like the more you research, the more you're like, wow. And like the FDA and whoever else does and allows what to, and just like, it's not the FDA's fucking fault. What about all these fucking corporations? They need to be held accountable. Why the fuck are they even manifesting toxicity in the fucking first place for human consumption? This is absolute fucking absurdity. And we should not be having that shit. And like we mentioned in the other show yesterday, it's like we need to, starve the beast. We have to vote with our dollar. We need to, pull our support away from these motherfucking oligarchic, monopolistic, tyrannical entities known as corporation, which is a dead body entity. If you look up the word of meaning. But yeah. So yeah, it's like all the elements are fucking polluted to a sad degree where they should not be. And so yeah, like having that personal sovereignty over yourself, it like is reclaiming your health and making sure that no one claims ownership over your body via whatever government medical system and all that stuff. So yeah, this type of stuff is really empowering, and it's getting to know yourself so much more on a level people currently don't understand if they've never fasted before. I think that's not like anything against them, or like I'm trying to be, it's no bravado in saying that or whatever, right?
Well, I mean, I think that food is one of the conspiracies against us. I mean, when you look at the food triangle, that's wrong. When you look at the 3 meals a day, that's wrong. Then you put the chemicals and all the poisons in the food, that's wrong. When we ascend to the 5D realms and higher frequencies, you don't need food so much.
Boom.
And then you become lighter in your energy. And like you, I've been up all night, like rearranging the house, like with nothing in my stomach, and
chilling.
I feel better. I've got all this energy, and we're not even thinking about food. Like when I did my 33-day fast, by the end, I mean, my stomach wasn't even hungry. And so I feel like the fall of consciousness has a lot to do with food. And, we've got the evil, you were so nice to these evil tyrants. I call them psychopathic, sociopathic, narcissistic, murdering thieves.
Damn,
That's what we're up against. And, they have an almighty plan against humanity. And one of their favorite weapons is famine. So I thought, you know what? I need to learn how to live without food. And that was 3-4 years ago. And it just gets easier and easier and easier. So, I'm very happy to be enjoying the fasting. And I don't know where I was going. I kind of lost my thought. I don't know.
Yeah, no worries.
What was I thinking? What was I saying? Oh, I was talking about not eating. Oh, yeah. When you go for 33 days, you change as a person. Can I just ask about your 33 days? Because my audience knows about how I did my 33 days, but what started you on yours? And how did you do?
Yeah, this was 2017. Yeah. I mean, this is after the fact I've already done the Master Lemon Cleanse at least like 10, 12, 15 times. And every time it was, like 2 weeks. Maybe I did like 20 days one time I don't even think so. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and shatter my record. And it was during a time where, I definitely kept these things in mind as far as, more light body activation and that kind of stuff. And the fact that, I was 33 years old, I was giving myself a wonderful birthday gift for my 34th. And so, 33-day fast. It was in the middle of summer. I'm born on the 21st of August. So I used to work at a beach restaurant that had like a lounge chairs you could rent for the whole day and that kind of stuff. So I was running around serving food and drinks throughout the daytime, soaking in plenty of sun, either tank top or, bare chested, whatever, on the Mediterranean. Awesome place where you work your fucking ass off. I'm running around like crazy. But, like people are like looking at me like, damn, you haven't eaten anything? People are like, what? And I'm older than a lot of my colleagues, and I'm running circles around these cats sometimes. And it's nothing against them. They're like, I'm not like the best or anything, but it was also a challenge that I don't know. I was at odds with a lot of stuff as well, and I needed to alchemize some things, and it was like a hunger strike in a sense for certain things as well. And I've done that in the past, and like certain reasonings for that are just,
Did you have any pain by the end there? Were you struggling?
I was kind of hurting, and because so I work in the daytime. I split shifts, and at nighttime I go back to the same place after like a 2-hour break. Sometimes you just do the whole thing day to night, and I work the bartending until like 2 a.m, midnight, whatever. 7 days a week, by the way.
Wow,
it's a seasonal job. It's like you mash in like 3 months of work that could span out to like almost a year type of thing with these types of things. But it was pretty hardcore, and I was getting really, really skinny at the end. Sometimes, at the bar, I'd knock back a beer, drinking cereal. It was kind of like cheating a little bit, yeah. But that was like the only thing. And to be honest, some days I was like, damn, I can't wait for this to be over. And some days I'm like, damn, I could go for like another week or two, yeah. But I was really like my cheekbones, like my rib cage was showing, that kind of shit,
I did mushroom broth Because I was staying with the family and they had this huge spread. I'm like, oh my God, that looks really, really good. And I had to leave the kitchen and I thought, I'm really freaking hungry. I need to eat. And I opened up a thing of mushroom broth and I drank the whole thing. And I was in a coma for 2 days. Like,
Oh, wow.
Because it's not that big, but you're supposed to only have a little bit of broth. I thought, oh, because it's liquid, I can have, but yeah, it didn't work out very well.
Oh, no.
So I learned my lesson.
Oh, crap.
So Derek, we're going to come on. We're going to chat again in a few days, but let's take this opportunity to invite anybody in the audience that wants to join us for 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, 1 day. I would love anybody in my audience to join me. You can come on to camera or you can just join our group that we've put together. And as we wrap this up, Derek, what are some final thoughts that you want to say out into the audience to recruit people onto this little journey that we're doing together?
Do it. We're starting a cult, like, no, just yeah, for me, it's getting more back in alignment with yourself, getting to know yourself more, like I said. And there's so many more benefits to this, like going through, it's like an initiatory process, almost like, I wouldn't say shamanistic, but, it could be a mystic experience for some people, for sure. So take the quest and you might be feeling your best. Even like sometimes it could be, you got to get through the 3-day hump sometimes if you're not used to these things. Mm-hmm. I've been there, I've struggled sometimes, like even like 10 times, my 10th time doing it, it's like, oh shit, did I make the right choice doing this again? Like, no, just stick with it because, it's that mental strength that really builds in your discipline and stuff. And it really helps regulate as well, like your digestive stuff. If you have a current addictions you're trying to get off, this is a miracle for that kind of stuff. And like bad habits of like food or whatever, you go on a fast for a couple of days especially, and your body kind of forgets about that. And if all these urges and reflexes that you once had kind of dissolve away in a sense, right? So yeah, it's worked wonders in so many ways. And yeah, we could talk for so many days, and we will get back to y'all in 5 or so.
Yeah. And you're talking about starving the beast. This is starving the beast, saving money, losing weight. Summer's here, guys. Come on. On that note, you guys, let us know if you want to join us on the next call, join us on this fasting journey. But until next time, we're going to see you on day 10 or 11. We still haven't decided yet, but we'll be back soon.
Yeah, all it takes is 2 tablespoons of maple syrup and organic lemon juice with a cup of water, and bada bing, bada boom. A little sprinkle of that cayenne. That's right, my man and woman. Thank you so much.
Okay, Derek, until next time, guys, I'm going to send you all my love, and I'm going to have some water now. So
cheers.
Have some dinner, my water.
Bon appetit, yo.
Yeah, you too, Derek. See you soon. Bye for now.
Thanks.
I was wondering, can I get a little more juice?
You like the juice, eh?
Yeah,
The juice is good, eh?
Yeah, it's
I get you more juice.
okay.
They're getting you the juice, my friend.
Ah, great.
Here is your juice.
Oh boy.
Okay, you enjoy the juice.
Oh, I will. I will. It's much better.
How about your friend?
Huh?
You want more juice?
No, that's okay. That's okay, thanks.
You don't like it?
No, I like it. I just, like a little juice. I don't like too much.
You like a little bit of juice.
Hello, you guys. I'm here with my fasting friends, Harriet and Derek. And today we're going to wrap up our 10-day, 9-day fasting fun. And we also have Harriet here, who is in the middle of a fast. We brought her in and recruited her, but she joined us a little late. So we're sort of on different schedules, each one of us. And we're doing a sliding scale. I'm going to be going back into my fast. I don't know, Jarek, if you're going to be joining me, but today we're really wanting to recruit more people in the audience to fast with us, like we did with Harriet. And we're going to hear all about Harriet's wonderful journey. And then I'm going to get inspired from Harriet to start once again. We're going to hear from Derek to hear how his fast went. I know for me, it was one of the best fasts I've done. I feel so good. I feel like I've been reset. And I've contained my ego, who loves to eat. So let's throw it over. Which one do I do first? Let's do ladies first. Let's do thanks, Derek. Harriet, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, I'm grateful to be here and so grateful to be in the knowledge, in the gnosis of this, this fast. So thank you. So I started, I managed 2 days, and then I just got this I caught some sort of bug or some kind of, like dis-ease. And I just felt the need to sleep during that time, but I couldn't sleep. So I kept on like doing what I needed to do, and I ended up eating some food. So I started again. And I was, I came onto my moon cycle, and during this process, I was receiving so much wisdom from the womb, and just the clarity of everything just coming through loud and strong, and it is just what I found works for me as well, is to actually intermittent fast with it, like just finding my way with it throughout the journey, because I find it hard to follow rules. Like, I'm a life path 1, and I find it hard to sort of, that's a lesson for me. That's something that I need to, I'm here to lead my own life as a life path number 1. And I'm very independent, but when it comes to doing things with other people, this is something that's so important for me to start doing more of, and it's really helped, me just sort of surrender to knowing what other people have tried, and giving it a go as well, and trusting in that process. So yeah, I mean, do you want to ask me a question and then I can sort of answer? Because I'm like,
So what kind of fast was it? I did a solid food vacation fast. I know Derek did the master cleanse. What did you do?
So I did have raw food, and then I had some soup as well when I was eating. But then when I actually started fasting, I had the actual lemon cleanse, the master cleanse, with the cayenne, the maple syrup, and the lemon juice. And I even had some lime, ginger, and some mint in mine, because I just love all those sort of the herbal anti-inflammatory goodness. If you can add more goodness in there, then great. So yeah, I did that, and I did it. I'm still doing it now. So, I still feel like I've got a lot more to do in this journey, but thus far it's been beautiful. Actually just having more space, like within my being and just in my life, and being able to like do things for mine and my children's future, and just having so much space to plan and prep and all of this. So yeah, that's definitely a beautiful thing, and just a beautiful feeling of bliss, and having that sort of discipline back as well, which is nice, because I felt out of control, I'll be honest. I did feel in the first few days, especially when I got ill, and then I came onto my moon cycle, and I just felt so wanting to eat certain foods, and it's just really helped me gain control and yeah, just have discipline and order, and be able to select what I know is good for me, which I always have done. But I think we need that reminder, that reminder, don't we, sometimes, of what we do know. So that's helped with that. So thank you.
That's right. Well,
Harriet, real quick, and even Sheena, you've experienced this because you've fasted for so long. But like during your moon cycles, if you're fasting, have you noticed a difference, whether negative, positive, during that? And yeah, there could be a lot of different factors outside of just fasting, right? But have you noticed anything particular with that?
Yeah, I mean, the week before I come onto my moon cycle, usually I crave so much, and it was just, I was preparing for this fast, you know. I mean, I was just starting the fast, so it was louder, like, you know, like I say, you know, the wisdom that was coming through, it was louder for me to be able to fine tune and just study within my being, you know, like just take away from that and journal, you know, because I'm always doing womb healing, and yeah, I feel like it did, yeah, it did definitely bring some positives with that, definitely.
I don't have any changes except for I'm constantly cold. And we're in hot, like we're hot now. I'm constantly cold, and like my bones are freezing, and that's the only sort of chemical change that I experience.
I do get like that sometimes. Like I need a little heater on, even when when it's spring. I like to sit in front of a little heater, and I've been trying to like I'm trying to stop doing that, because I just think, why? Like, I need to just move, and it's just like that cozy feeling, you know. It's just nice. A hot water bottle works as well, but I know how you feel with that. I do get like that sometimes, but yeah, the actual it was lighter as well, and the pain, there's no pain as well, like, because so many women, like when they're on the period, it's like the norm to just like take paracetamol. This is what society has taught us, right? Take some paracetamol and have some chocolate and get on with what you've got to do. Do you know what I mean? So is this what we've got to tell our daughters? No way. So the womb wisdom is so important, and I think it's definitely worth a try to try the fast when you are you know, on your cycle. And I think what works better is if you can actually eat nourishing foods the week before your cycle, you know, like soups and smoothies and juices and things. And then when you're actually in the mid flow and towards the end, go on the fasts then, and or even intermittent fasting, and you'll notice a difference, because it really cleans you out, you know. And the blood is more, I think actually the mucus is going out of your body, isn't it? So it's the blood's flowing much more smoother and all of that, and it's you're not meant to really be in pain during your period. You know, when you do the womb healing, it's like, how many years have we suffered with that? Like what the, you know, it's just insane.
I bet it's the food. I mean, I called this fasting for freedom, because you really become free when you remove the food from your daily life. And I mean, Derek, when Harriet wasn't joining us and it was just you and me, I mean, there were some times where I was so happy and content and not hungry. And that's the feeling that I love, that I'm addicted to, actually, is just that freedom that you get from not having to think about food, prep the food, shop for the food, cook the food, eat the food.
Yeah, it's when you've got children, it is a bit more challenging, because you're cooking for your children. You know, a big part of what I do as a mother is a lot of time and energy goes into driving all over Yorkshire to get the best produce, shopping online to get the, you know, what best things I can for my family. And I am growing as well, you know, I'm growing what I can, but I'm still learning as I'm going along. And it's like, it's constant, but to just have that peace within myself as well, it's just beautiful, blissful. And it's helped me just be more organized. I mean, you know, obviously I've done intermittent fasting and raw food. That raw fruits changed my life. Like, it actually woke me up when I went on a 7-day vegan plant-based raw fruit challenge. It was just smoothies and salads for 7 days, and my third eye just went, and I could just see everything, you know, like just everything connected for me. And I completely transformed from that day. I just ended up coming off of being addicted to drugs and all sorts of awful stuff, and starting my proper healing journey, you know, of learning about myself and the journey into self, basically, knowingly. So, but yeah, I think it's powerful. And I've even said to my children, you know, at least once a month, you guys can do this Master Lemon Cleanse, and it's going to make you feel amazing. Because that's another thing as well. If you just do it for one day, you feel the benefits. As long as you like eat the you know, good quality food the next day. Maybe even go into like a green juice fast. That would be nice, you know, from that, and to try that out and get the chlorophyll in you and clean the blood out even more, you know. But yeah, my children were like, okay, Mum, yeah. So that's great.
Derek, what about you? How did you go? We went, what, 10 and a half days until I had to...
Yeah, like more like 9.5. Same as you, pretty much. When you said,
yeah, sorry, I meant 9.5. I don't know where I got that 10 from. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, of course. But yeah, I love, yeah, thinking about what Harriet mentioned. Yeah, that's really great. Your history and experience with that. Thank you for sharing that. For sure. And it made me feel, you know, like how we'd be like, oh man, we really got to clear our minds about this. You know, like what about clearing our bodies? And what's the expression? You know, like you have mental clarity. What about the temporal clarity? And like, you know, getting rid of the junk so you can really feel into your body more. And, you know, so, and yeah, Sheena, I totally feel you. There's a tremendous, powerful feeling that we get when, you know, we're really taking control of our lives and our bodies and overriding any kind of ego impulses and, you know, really staying true to our discipline in this practice of what it has to take to just do this. And for me, it's just automatic, systematic. Sometimes I can't wait to fucking, you know, go out and like, I mentioned in the first one, like, sometimes I'm tired of going to the bathroom or whatever, and like I'm tired of eating food or trying to go. I don't really get tired of going to the grocery store. Sometimes, yeah, I'm in a hermit mode, but I ride a bike. Actually, I don't have a French permit, driver's license, so yeah, it's free exercise. It's great. It's a good excuse, but yeah. With that aside, yeah, it's I go into insomniac mode. With this, yeah, I have to really take care because I have to put a cap on my energy sometimes because it can be so fucking explosive. I don't know what to do with myself sometimes. I'll have to like try to force myself to bed, you know, lay down for an hour after trying to meditate myself to sleep and this and that, which is fine. And actually, like that in and of itself, it's like a little cat nap or a little recharge, and then I'm good to go. I'm just like back at it, and yeah. So, yeah, what else?
So I thought it was very funny to hear that you broke your fast with a burrito. What's up with burritos? It's like I had burritos and crackers.
Yeah, I was nibbling very, very slow. But actually, all right, so, yeah, what I did with the fasting is a Master Lemon Cleanse as well. Although I was still drinking coffee. I was cheating big time. I didn't eat any solid food, but it was all liquid. I had coffee almost every day, and this is the thing that I've really tried to break when I do these fasts is not drink coffee. Like, but and it's not like I'm. It's just, you know, pardon my French, right? But I got people espresso makers in there. But anyways, what I do sometimes, because I'm more savory, sometimes with the Master Lemon Cleanse, it's too much, just maple syrup, you know, all the time, What I'll do is just, you know, boil a cup of water, throw some salt in it, a little pepper, paprika, extra smoky, turmeric. And turmeric is way more activated when it's mixed with pepper. I don't know if anyone knows this, and I learned this like a year ago from a farmer's market when I was like buying turmeric root. Oh, you guys got that turmeric root? Yeah, I'm gonna put in my juice and this and that. Like, oh, you got to put some pepper to make it good, right? It's like, really? That's gonna help absorb it? I was like, shit, I don't want to put pepper in my fruit and juice. Like, just a little sprinkle, yeah, why not? But I mean, it's not gonna make a big change. Kind of like the little dash of cayenne with the cup of water and lemon juice mixed with maple syrup. 2 tablespoons per each, right? So yeah, it was a great time, and I seemed to get a lot done. And I feel just more empowered, more in the seat of my soul, if you will. Yeah, I'll end it on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was bursting with happiness and gratitude. I was sitting in the forest going, I am just so grateful right now. So happy, so grateful, so peaceful. And like, this is what I'm addicted to, this feeling of feeling in control and feeling that you've done something really, really good and positive for your body. And even if we just did it once a month or, a couple times a year, that helps the inside of your body. It like scrapes the toxins, and it stays that way. And you look younger, you fight disease, and you keep your weight off pretty much. I know I have.
Yeah, I was going to mention, like, there's this like external interior weight that we don't really see on the exterior, right? But it's just, like this little sludge and like the residuals and stuff to like flush it out, and like we mentioned last thing, like the saltwater flush is optional, but if you want that maximal result and if you want to invest in your future health, especially in regards to the intestinal tract and the colon and all that jazz, like if you're not feeling those colonoscopies, hit that. Even though enemas, right? Harriet, you got stories about that, right? I think you mentioned that in the chat. Yeah.
For me, the saltwater flush, it just doesn't work. Like, I've tried it with a lot of sea salt, Celtic sea salt's what I use. I've tried it with a little bit, a lot, and no matter how much I drink, it just does not work for me. But when I have been doing the Master Lemon Cleanse and then having like different herbal teas, like Paul Darko, like a combination of different herbs like Paul Darko, senna, and like just ginger and lemon and what else? Mullein. I like to just put a bunch of different herbs in a pot and make some magic. I love yerba mate as well, by the way, and that has a boost. It's got caffeine in it, but it's a herb, so I don't know if you might be interested in that. So I do have that sometimes, and you can actually use the herbal tea in an enema. So you can do that, and it's hibiscus is beautiful with lemon, and when you do that, it pulls the mucus out as well from that side, and it really does clear you out. And you can do it for like you can do it for 2 whole weeks, or you could do it every other day and just see how it makes you feel. I personally, I do like to do enemas. I do them regular. I did them before this, because I just love that blissful feeling. And what I found is the thing that keeps me closest to my truest nature, and just beyond that, and brings more of that in, is a combination of intermittent fasting and just like fruits for me and herbs. But then, obviously having children, it's just expanded me into further different areas to figure out what's really going to work for them as individuals as well. And like I say, I just got kind of lost and overloaded with so much information, and I kind of sort of lost my discipline with food. So I was just eating different times of the day, and I knew I felt like not my greatest, only certain times. And yeah, this has just really sorted me out. So I'm excited to see how I feel. I'd love to be able to like do what you did, like 33 days. What was it that you did? I love to be able to do that. So I'm going to try. I'm going to keep trying.
I was feeling so good. I'm like, I'm going to do 21 days. I'm going to do an extended fast. And then it's like day 8, day 9. I'm like, I've got to do some work here. And I'm not sure if that, but that's how great I felt. I wanted to continue and I will. I mean, I'm going to get right back into it, but it's kind of good that we have a little bit of a break because you get your food fill in and then you're motivated to do more. And so I'm going to continue.
Nice. I think it's nice. I think that actually benefited me just eating a couple of days and obviously making sure what I was putting in was not what I'd been craving like before, which, you know, cravings do come up, and making sure it's just highly nutrient dense. And then, you know, getting on with it. And just even if, you know, if you struggle, I just think you just keep trying, you know, and eventually you're going to get it because you're going to feel amazing.
Yeah, totally. And I haven't had many, I've just done this so many times for at least 15 years, you know, like seriously though, you know, I've gotten to a point where, yeah, when I say automatic systematic, I could just, you know, my body's been trained where I can just be like, hey, you want to go without any food? Why not? And what I wanted to mention, if anyone's never done this before, don't act like it's so daunting what I've done or what you ladies have done. There's something about really preparing your mental mindscape first and foremost. I mean, that's the first gate you're going to exit out of or enter through rather. And one thing, and it's kind of funny, you know, like I'd love to do some stand-up comedy, be like, hey, you know, like you ever just thought about like how many days out of the year of your entire, or how many days out of your life you've never eaten food before? You know, what's the big deal? You know, like 10 days out of a billion or whatever, you know, like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So big deal, you know, like you're skipping out on some good food and maybe, you know, your friends are having a dinner party sometime. You can still show up and have a good time, smell the food, you know, like that. These things are just opportunities to test your level of discipline and willpower. Like how serious do people want to take this and how much empowerment are they trying to get from this? Well, because there's a lot to take from this in so many different ways. And yeah, sometimes I go to the extreme where I was still playing soccer, you know, fasting. I was still working in restaurants, multiple restaurants in different countries, cooking food, not eating it, you know, and all this stuff. And yeah, Harriet, obviously with your kids and this and that. So you know what's up with that. So yeah, there's like things where you can really just also have fun with it and not make it such a big deal. Like, like if it breaks you down, so what? You know, like you didn't lose in life, you know, at least you tried. A lot of people didn't, right? So yeah.
I have to agree. We had some guests here at the farm and it was like 8:30 at night, and we have a beautiful organic chef here, and she made baguettes, and she did this whole spread of baguettes and cheese and chocolate mousse, and I'm like, they were all eating. It was like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I passed because I was fasting. But it's amazing how time just passes, and then morning comes, and the remnants of the bread and the cheese are still there, you know, but you didn't eat it. You sort of stay true, and you feel so good when the party's over and you haven't, you know, succumbed to some food. And, you know, lo and behold, a week later, the baguettes are still there. You know, I can have a baguette now if I wanted to, although I haven't. And it's just being able to maneuver and control time, really. Letting time go by and just not taking that bite or, you know, just having that willpower to say no and to either walk away or just stand there and drink water. That alone is powerful.
That is powerful. It is. It's your diet. I mean, the bread would still be in your digestive system as well the next day, honestly. You know, and that's pulling at your energy, like, and that is why, you know, we just, when we fast, we have so much energy available, which is time, isn't it? Like you say, we're gifted that, and we make more of that available for ourselves, so we can really do what we're here to do. I think it's so important right now as well to, you know, to make more space and do what we need to do because of everything that's happening. Obviously, we're the happening, number one, but some crazy stuff going on, like externally. And we can change that, obviously, by changing ourselves and, you know, committing to ourselves. So it's so important right now.
Yeah, I want to touch on time and how, yeah, time is always important. Time is always now. And what I found is so interesting in like when I was working in a restaurant, you know, day and night, 7 days a week during my 33-day fast, like I had days and moments where, you know, especially during the lull of the service, and just behind the bar, like thinking to myself and just like looking around and just like going off on crazy abstract thoughts. Like, is society controlled to a degree of, you know, like certain times people eat and like, it's just this clockwork thing of people going, and like the traffic is dictated by what time people have to eat or get off work and all this stuff. And there's all these factors that play into like food consumption and all this stuff. So yeah, and just how much time out of people's day does it take to go, you know, stand in line or go driving to the store and this and that? As if that's such a big fucking deal. Hey, remember our ancestors used to like work in the field for all the time, supermarkets, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm grateful for, you know, folks still rocking them farmers markets that I dearly support. You know, over here in La Provence, it's magnifique.
Well, I'm gonna go for again. I'm gonna go again. And you know, Harriet and Derek, you guys are more than welcome to. I love that we have a little fasting group now that we can recruit people in if they want to, even if they just want some support. I always say we may as well get control over our food now before they start controlling the food, which is part of the agenda. They're going to be telling us that we have to eat bugs and, you know, not eat this and
that's not even vegan. Remember, like it's funny they want to like whatever, but
that's right.
Yeah.
So, do we have any final last minute thoughts as we wrap this up?
I'd just say like it puts you in a place of power. Like, you know, there's all this talk about food, but really, you know, you take your power back if you can fast, if you can like actually master that, because it is an art, isn't it? You know, with all of the consumption that we've experienced, be it in different ways, you know, we really need to take this time to commit to it. I strongly believe, you know, that we need to do that so that we can then, no matter what happens, whether the supermarkets close, if our crops are not growing, you know, have we mastered fasting? And can we teach the children like 1 day fast a month and just like all these things, you know, obviously depending on the age. I've got teenagers, so and you know, it's not something to fear, is it? And also just combining that with the sun as well and getting that nourishment from the sun and the breath and hydration, you know, proper hydration. So it's just really simple, isn't it? But it's so important because so many people, so many of us have just lost touch from that. And there's so many arguments about food. It's like, wow, you know, even like in the conscious community, the spiritual people, like so-called, you know, all the different communities online, it's like the arguments about and the podcasts about the food, carnivore diet, this diet, alkaline, blah 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 blah. Just fast and then see what comes through.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I'll just say just at the end there. So
yeah,
thank
that's
you.
awesome.
I'm
I
grateful.
appreciate that,
Grateful
and
to be here.
I know you're down with dissolving these divides, right? And
Definitely.
hints towards my podcast I did with Leslie Powers. And what's worked for me. And so I've been a flexitarian for like, 15 years. And then I went vegetarian for like a couple. And then I went like straight vegan because I was like, it's so easy. It's just, the hardest thing for me to do is it's the cheese in France. It's like you have to climb this mountain of fromage, right, in this country. But anyway, so doing a fast, especially something like the Master Lemon Cleanse, what you're also giving yourself the opportunity to do is cut off certain addictions, like I mentioned in the other one. But also, if you're looking to switch up your diet and take on something new, that's a great way to, you kind of reset your system to, reintroduce foods that you want to be more exclusive to, and then see how that works for you, I think that's a better way people can go about, shifting their diet and taking like steps towards that or whatever. But as far as, benefits and all that, and honestly, if people are going on a fast and like they get that stomach ache, whatever, like drink it away, like straight up, like water, or if you're doing the Master Lemon Cleanse, like I'll just go immediately, boom. Oh, here, I got this right here.
Oh, yeah.
It takes less than a fucking minute. Right, like, emphasis on the F word. So damn easy. Lemon squeezy on the reezy. But as far as, how these rhymes please me and how they can be appealing, whether you're peeling off the... No, I'm just kidding. The lemon. But anyway, so you want to hit the reset button on your immune system and really take charge of your, health. Yeah, that's a great way to do those things. And what I've done, I'm just listing off a thing because a list I wrote, because as far as like the Master Lemon Cleanse, and I'm sure the detox of just, just proper fucking hydration, that's what counts the most. But it's gonna, it's gonna cleanse a lot of things. Think about all your organs, right? All your glands as well. Your lungs, especially with the lemon cleanse, it's really great for the lungs. It's great for the skin, obviously, vitamin C, restores vitality, it rejuvenates your spirits. It makes you care more about your body overall, I feel, it gets you more in touch with that, more in and grounded in your body, even though you can be kind of airy-fairy, right? But floating away with too much energy, right? But yeah, honestly, I get great sleep. I have better dreams. I wake up like I didn't go to sleep or something like that, or I just dozed off for like a second, just like wide-eyed, like, hey, all right, let's back at it. Like, hey, it's just awesome, and I love the energy that y'all have shared on this video, and I could totally relate, and we could go on and on, but yeah, it's just some more encouraging words for folks. It ain't no fucking cult or religion. It's just something you can do with your body. It's your own individual practice. Do what works for you. There's look it up online. Like.
And I'm going to say that, it was just that one post that I did about fasting that brought Derek to me and then Harriet to me. And Derek, I'm just so grateful for your friendship. I'm so happy that we're friends now, and Harriet as well. And I think it's easier when you have a buddy. And this is the first time I've done it with a buddy. So I am so glad that you saw that post and you commented on the air biscuits, because that's opened up a whole brand new friendship.
That cracked me up. I never heard that before. Like, so I'm down with the breatharians, I'm not there yet, but I've studied how Hyperboreans, operate, and how they don't have the same digestive system as we do.
Yeah.
Think about our ancient ancestors, back from Atlantis, if you will.
Yeah.
And if people have really activated certain things within themselves, like, dormant DNA. Yeah. You don't need to eat, 3 meals a day and be snacking in between that shit. I function off of like 5 hours at best of sleep and 2 meals, little snacking possibly in between, and that's it. I'm good to go. And I'm not like skinny or flabby. I could build more muscle, but I'm just, yeah. I'm not trying to be no alpha monkey male, but I'm just kidding. Sorry to say that. Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay, you guys. Well, thanks for joining me today, Harriet and Derek. Thanks for being on this journey with me. And I'm going to continue to chat in the group. And I'll probably, maybe eat today and tomorrow and then just hop right back into it because I am having a great time. And I'm just so grateful to be now with people doing this with me. And Harriet, you have inspired me as well. So I'm glad that you're doing it today. And
Awesome. I'm grateful that I'm inspiring you. And yeah, you inspire me too, both of you.
Great. Well, we do have some comments here. I'm not going to go through them now, but we can check those out later. And until next time, you guys, fasting for freedom, guys, give it a go. You'll be thanking us later.
Much gratitude, yo. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
It's the owner. You like the juice, huh?
Yeah.
Juice is good.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
He like the juice.
Very good.
Juice, he like it. The juice is good. He like it.
Yes, my friend. Would you mind ending the sketch?
You like the sketch to end, huh?
Yeah, I would.
The sketch is too long, huh?
Yeah.
The same thing over and over, huh?
Yeah, right.
I ended the sketch for you.
Greetings, beautiful beings. Beautiful beings of nature. Yes, that is what we are. We are sacred stars. This guided meditation is to assist you in the successful completion and the programming required for you to complete your detox protocol. So we're going to take some beautiful, nourishing, deep breaths together. And we're going to inhale through the nose and hold for 4 and release. And we're going to continue this rhythm of breath, breathing in through the nose, holding for 4 and release. And as we continue to allow this rhythmic breath to create a foundation as we honor the holding for 4, the number 4, which is the sacred foundation, the master builder. It allows us to experience more of ourselves as we fill ourselves up with beautiful nourishment. As we open ourselves up, we are creating a space, a foundation, to allow the words that we speak and the feelings that we feel to create this beautiful dance that is the cosmic dance of nature. So breathing in all of that cosmic bliss that's available, and we're holding it within our being and allowing it to saturate all that we are, and just letting go of any stagnant energy that might have been lingering. So we are detoxing, we're choosing to detox, and that's why we're here right now, because our subconscious loves repetition, our subconscious loves attention, and our subconscious loves the sacred blissful breath and the dance that occurs in all of the cosmic laws of nature that ultimately is us. And our subconscious loves allowing, receivership. And our subconscious, the divine feminine aspect of us, loves to be impressed. Inhale and really breathe and feel into that truth. As we honour the divine masculine and the divine feminine aspects of us. And we know that all is mind. And because all is mind, we are taking it upon ourselves as the responsibility to take action in creating the outcome that we desire as we embark on this journey of commitment to ourselves. So let us affirm with the power of the instrument that is the body, that is the voice. And let us work with that sacred sound. And let us express some powerful affirmations to support the outcome that we want to experience. I choose to detox as an act of love for myself and my Creator. Inhale, hold, and exhale. I choose to detox as an act of love for myself and my Creator. Beautiful, and continue the sacred circular breaths as we move in between each affirmation. As I detox my body, my cells dance, and more information is revealed to me. As I detox my body, cellular rejuvenation occurs. I am devoted to my alignment. I am dedicated to excellence. I am committed to creating more space to create in alignment with my divine purpose. As I detox, I make space within my being and everywhere within my life. As within, so without. As above, so below. Breathing deep, keeping that going, that beautiful rhythm. As I detox, I fine-tune my connection with my soul's purpose. I am committed to listening to the messages of my higher self, and detoxing allows me to do this with more ease. I am organized and I prepare my juice and my detoxification protocols in good timing so that I'm always prepared. I am so grateful for beautiful lemons and limes and Mother Earth's gifts that assist the alkalinity and divinity within my being. Thank you, Mother Earth. Breathing deep. I am so grateful for the amazing outcome, for the amazing results that occur with my commitment to detoxing my body. I am so grateful for the enhancement of my life thanks to detoxing. As I allow the cleansing and the purification of my body, my mind becomes more aligned and fine-tuned to all that is also. I am so grateful that I have chosen to detox my body and reset my gut. My immune system is so grateful and so happy that I have chosen to detox, and my immune system is strengthened whilst doing so. I am dedicated to excellence. I am impeccable with my word. I choose to love all that I am. As I detox, I choose to create generational wealth. As I detox, I set an example for the youths to follow suit. As I detox, my aura becomes stronger. I am grateful for the successful completion of the specific detoxification protocol. Thank you, lemons. Thank you, maple syrup. Thank you, water. Thank you, cayenne pepper. Thank you to all of the beautiful souls whom I have connected with and that have presented me with this protocol to assist my greatness and evolution. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Inhaling the beautiful truths and feeling into the sacred heart space, the gratitude that is overflowing in this moment as we embody that vibrational frequency of unity and just evolution, cleanliness, clarification, crystalline being that is revealed throughout the detoxification process, and so much more. You are loved. You are complete.